Hello, everybody. Welcome. Look at this. This is so cool. Oh my god. I love this. I set the green screen to be like this. I don't even have a green screen, but just look at this. This is amazing. I wish that. Oh, you can't even see my hand. I'm like phasing through here. Oh, I love it. Okay. Anyway, let's see. I'm gonna teach you guys. I can't even see my finger pointing. I'm retarded. I gotta put it on my non-existent chest. I'm having fun. I'm like a ghost. All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna give you guys tips on how not to suck at this fucking game. Okay? Because you can see me just fighting the final boss again, for like the billionth time. Okay? No matter what combination I have, I always win. Mostly. I mean, sometimes I'm not paying attention, I make the wrong choices, and I die. But, for the most part, I usually win at this fucking game. Anyway, I'm gonna teach you how to win at this fucking game. Oh my god. Alright, where was I? Right. Okay, so, number one, we're gonna talk about, like, weather elements of power, magic, and synergies that they have. Number one, water is amazing. Water is the most amazing thing in this fucking game, because with water, you can synergize with, like, everything. Water nullifies poison. Not good when you have it on enemies, but if you've been poisoned severely, and you're gonna die from it, you can toss just a little bit of water on you, and you'll take the damage from the water, but at least you won't die from the poison. Water on enemies, when they're soaked, will have a chance to slow them down if it makes a puddle. Also, watered enemies will take double damage from electricity, can still be burned, and if hit with wind, it will freeze them. And then let's get on with the ice element. If you hit if you hit a frozen enemy with wind, they will slide backwards. Any enemy they hit while sliding will instantly lose stamina, no matter how much they have. Super extremely important to know that, because just when I found that out, when I did that, it was like, whoa, I'm just gonna pound the shit out of everything. Those are things you need to know with the magic. Those are the kind of synergies. Those are like the only synergies I don't know how to cause is the lava puddles and the mist. But I'm figuring that out. I mean, clearly I don't actually need to understand how to do it to make good shit happen. Obviously not. But whatever. We got that down. Next, your heroes. What items to give them and what items to avoid? Well, first of all, any item that's a mushroom that gives you a power up with a power down, don't pick it up. The power down is too much of a detriment to, it's way too much of a detriment. It's just not good. I mean, the only one that's probably good is the one that doubles your health at the cost of health regeneration. I mean, having double health is actually pretty good, and if you're good enough, the regeneration is negligible, and you'll be able to survive more hits, especially with the tanky motherfucker luchador that I got right there. Other than that, don't pick up any fucking mushrooms that give you a detriment. Next, while at a shop, sometimes you'll see an item that'll give you a small buff and make another element appear at a spell vendor. Don't fucking buy it. That small buff is not worth it. And this random thing for the vendor, it doesn't fucking matter. I mean, like it's only even a chance. It's not guaranteed. You're not gonna get what you want ever. So it's not worth putting any money towards it. Those are the items you don't want, and you want to save your cash for. Unless you find those items, unless you find the vendor item in a chest, you don't want to waste any money on it. Okay, so you got your 3-hitter there. Who I'm using the Black Knight right now, but you know you start with the Rogue. Okay, all the 3-hitters start with crit chance. This is very important. Because the more you up their crit chance, the more they'll cut through and do double damage even through stamina. What does that mean? It means if you also stack with them items that let them do elemental damage on hit, not at end of combo, not at during a spell, but on hit, your 3-hitter dude right there can cause a whole mess of damage to multiple enemies just by smacking one of them, just because he's causing explosions and lightning bolts all over the fucking place. Okay, that's very important to increase his crit chance and just add any on-hit elemental item on him. For your main warrior dude, you want to put on as much damage increase as possible. Because that dude If you also get a buff that can double his, that can give him a few extra hits, and you have a magic, and you use the combo magic on him, and even if you have the double damage modifier on him, you could kill bosses, even late game bosses, with one go. Just totally tear them up. It's ridiculous, especially when you use the soul orb. You can get your warrior dude to like 4, 8, and be 16. You can get him like to a 16 combo, and then double his power, and then everything will die. Like the boss will die, almost guaranteed. Gone, baby, absolute death. But, you know, sometimes giving him some crit chance. Eventually you're going to fill up all your item slots on a character, and so you have to give it to others. So sometimes you want to spread it out. You definitely want to spread out fucking elemental resistances among them. Especially since some bosses can one-shot your magic character. So, you know, super important. Super duper, really important. Because I've been one-shotted by a fucking electric beam right on my magic dude. It's horrible. Alright, next, now you may notice if you have this game, I don't even know if anybody who watches this will have this game, but you may notice that the slots have like double projectile or double buff or all heroes buff, but you'll notice that magic doesn't tell you directly if it buffs your character or if it's a projectile or not. Some do, most don't, and it's really annoying, okay, super annoying. But all you need to do is understand that any positive effect that you can put on your hero is considered a buff. And even further, okay, so there are these magic spells, all different elements, but all do the same thing, where you will put an aura on your hero, and you can see it coming out of the luchador right now. He's shooting double water shots. You'll buff them, let's say they'll have an aura that makes them resistant to a certain element, and they will also shoot a projectile out. Now, let's say you put that magic on a double buff. That means it will last on your character for double the amount. Or let's say you put it on a double projectile, like right there. Instead of the buff will shoot 2 projectiles at once instead of 1, like every few seconds. Or let's say you put that on an all hero slot. Then everybody will get that element resistance, and all will be shooting projectiles. Just for that one spell, it can synergize with any of those slots, and it's difficult to know. Like the area of effect, I thought it only affected a few spells. Basically, any spell that has even a possibility of hitting more than one enemy can be like double area and just smack everything. It's not just like the spell that causes like a drop. That drops and causes an explosion. Like anything that even has a possibility of a spread will spread. It's really hard to understand just from that. Because I didn't realize just how many spells are effective. I think even a regular fireball, that when it hits, the fire will spread among more enemies just from that. I'm not totally sure, but I know I've seen things. Okay, so there's this spell that launches an enemy up out of orbit and then comes down with fire damage. Normally I didn't think that would be effective, but it does. And basically every enemy that's around it will be engulfed in fire damage and flames, and it's amazing. Basically, coming to understand how those slots work will help you throughout this fucking game. Your magic dude, I forgot to mention, usually is the one that has the most slots. For example, if they have an electric spread slot, you want to put a powerful electric spell on that slot, because that will hit every enemy on screen because the spread is that powerful. And if it's a powerful electric spell, pretty much you'll be getting epic kills and hexa kills and penta kills every other moment. It's amazing. Super powerful, super amazing. And another important thing is using spells that drain stamina. These are important for bosses or any enemy that has high stamina, because if they get up in your face, they're gonna do fucking damage and just modalize you. Totally modalize you. It's bad. It's terrible. Jesus Christ. You want to have as many of these as possible. You do. I mean, sometimes you just can't choose what you have. But sometimes you'll have to work around it, even using soul orbs like I do there, to knock that guy's stamina down, just so I can bring in the fucking pain. Just the fucking pain on that ghost bastard. Other than that, I think that's about it. I think that's all the tips I have, because that's all I do in this game. It's like that's what you do. Just don't underestimate your magic and don't hold back from using them. You'll be surprised that even using them all at once can be helpful if there's just too many enemies on screen. Just remember to direct your more important spells on the enemies that should be hit. Like, look, I hit him with a crit for 440 HP with the fucking luchador. Like, that's amazing. If you know what you're doing, even putting crit on other characters can just produce amazing results. What else? Oh yes, dark spells. I'm sure you guys noticed 2 black spells on there. They can be cast whenever, but they use up HP. So usually you want to use it on a character that has a lot of HP. These can be important in a pinch. Like, they can really make a difference in a pinch. But don't rely on them too much. But if you need to activate a bomb or hit an enemy that can die in one hit, that's the way to do it. That's how you win. That's how you can win almost every run of this fucking game, as long as you don't fucking do something stupid or get one-shotted by some lightning faggot. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I made it using Share Factory. I hope everything just works out oodly-doodly fine. Those items I unlocked. Look how ghostly I look. This is going to look so cool. Or it's going to look retarded. Oh, boy! Can't wait to upload this. Woo-woo.